And so for those of you who don't know us, right, like we are LDV Capital. We are the visual technology venture fund. So the reason why we focus on visual technologies is because the vast majority of the data that our brains analyze is visual. So visual data is critical to the success of artificial intelligence as well. When I'm talking about visual data, we're talking about everything from photos and videos through to LiDAR, radar, thermal, genetic sequencing, and so much more. The visual technologies are any technology that then captures, analyzes, filters, displays, or distributes that visual data. It typically leverages computer vision, machine learning, or artificial intelligence. And these visual technologies, they really cross-cut all different industries and sectors, whether it's fashion like we're going to be talking about today, agriculture, logistics and manufacturing, autonomous vehicles, and so much more. Up and down the full tech stack, there are visual technologies. And so at LDV, we invest in the people who are building businesses powered by visual tech. Nothing is too early for us. We invest pre-incorporation, pre-seed, and seed rounds. As well as our value add from a visual tech perspective, we invest somewhere between $350 and $1.2 million in companies that are based in North America, Europe, and Israel. And we've got a great variety of co-investors who join us at the early stages, but also follow on with our companies as they continue to grow. Our core team, as you probably met me and Kat, we've been emailing you a lot over the past couple of weeks with updates about this event and more. But we also have Evan, who's the founder and general partner of LDV, Peter, who's a venture partner, and then Brian and Ash, who are interlopers today, the only men who are in this group, because they're going to be taking notes and they're going to be helping to facilitate some of the keynotes. They will be dropping off before the discussions, though. We also have a variety of visual tech experts who we count as part of our expert network. Gal's on the call today, but there's a variety more that we leverage in order to help our portfolio companies succeed. And they're all part of this unique platform that we've got, whether it's our Vision Summit that we do on an annual basis. It's virtual in nature again this year, over 1,000 participants from across the globe. Our LDV community dinners, which are really about entrepreneurs, first-time funded and serial entrepreneurs helping each other succeed. We've got our LDV Insights reports and events that we run every summer. This past summer, we looked really in depth at content in the metaverse and how it's powered by visual tech. And we started to look at fashion and digital goods a bit there, that we'll delve into more later. We've got LDV Pong, which is one of our first proprietary tools that we built out in order to help generate network effects. And then we've got our LDV Women Leading Visual Tech series that brings us all here today. The purpose of Women Leading Visual Tech is to highlight some of the top ladies whose work in visual technologies are revolutionizing business and society. We really want to foster a community of women and people of underrepresented genders who are working in visual tech in order to help support one another and help each other succeed. And so today we come together to talk about radically transforming fashion. You might ask, all right, so why fashion? And, when I think about it, you might not be able to tell based on my predominantly white, black, and army green closet, but clothing actually holds a really special place in my heart from the time that I was young, right? Whether it was putting my own outfits together or shopping with my aunt who never said no to the matching hat and shoes ensemble, making, I guess you call this like a short suit with my grandmother and other clothing, running clothing exchanges through college, vintage shopping and refabbing clothing today, reselling things on Poshmark, or running clothing exchanges now for my kids' clothing. It really holds a special place in my heart. I've been kind of fascinated by it. And when I think about why, what I really think it is that clothing is this one daily opportunity that we get to showcase a piece of who we are to the rest of the world around us. It gives us this snapshot, gives people another snapshot into who we are and how we identify ourselves. And so at its heart, clothing is creative and social, right? Whether it was, embroidering little flowers onto our Sunday bonnets back in the day, or going to the mall with our friends, or sharing our new NFTs on social, there's something about clothing as a whole and fashion that is inherently creative and social, and that what appeals to me so deeply. over the past decade or so, we've seen a big transition in what clothing is, right? E-commerce and fast fashion have really started to dominate the scene, where it's a very isolating experience scrolling through, your e-commerce grid on your phone. And when now, whether you're in Tokyo or in London, LA, or New York, you see people wearing the same Zara dress or the same North Face jacket. It's assembled in different ways, which is really unique and has opened up a ton of accessibility. But this accessibility has come at a massive cost. It's come at a massive cost to the environment, to people, and so much more. And so the question that's always been top of mind for me in all of this is, how can we make fashion more sustainable, responsible, beautiful, expressive, and inclusive? To me, the heart of this really is a visual technology, right? Whether it's computer vision and photos that are helping with customer research, if it's the molecular imaging and computational design that's going into materials sciences, if it's 3D design and digitization that we'll hear more about from Kaylee later, or textile fabrication and demand forecasting, the garment manufacturing with 3D printing, or robotics in the supply chain and the manufacturing side of things. When you move over to e-commerce, the photos and videos that dominate the grids today, or the virtual try-on and the VR live shopping experiences of tomorrow that are really coming into dominance. Retail, leveraging video and computer vision to analyze how people actually shop, how they interact with the clothing in front of them. Maybe it's wholly digital goods, right, which are visual in nature in their entirety. The advertising and marketing that's leveraging GANs, the verification for resale, repair, and recycling. I think that visual tech is really at the center of all of this, and it has this power to transform fashion in a really meaningful way.